Welcome back to the Israel Ramos Show, where I try to bring up topics that are important in today's troubling world, and I try to address the issue to the best of my ability. Today, I want to talk about being careful who we choose to give our time to. The reason I say this is because there has been time in my life where I chose to give my personal time to certain people, and then later on I found out by their actions that they were very ungrateful. How easily sometimes people forget the kindness and the love and the generosity that you've shown them. And sometimes people will do that to you and fail you in certain areas is because they have issues that they need to resolve. There's things in their life that they need to correct, but they're never going to correct whatever negative issues they have in their life unless they look at themselves in the mirror and admit that there's certain things that they need to change about themselves, whether it's gossip, being ungrateful, thinking that they deserve everything, thinking that the world revolves around them. And in my personal life, when I choose to give my personal time to someone, I do it from the bottom of my heart, the bottom of my corazon, because I try the best of my ability to be a caring person, because the little time that we have on earth, it shouldn't be just to live it just for ourselves or be self-centered. Nothing good comes out of being self-centered. Usually people that are self-centered are selfish, ungrateful, moody, quick to judge. They love to gossip, you know, or they call themselves a perfectionist, which I wish them luck on that, because there's nothing perfect on this planet except God and Jesus. And sometimes we choose to give ourselves to someone in the beginning. They seem to be very nice, very kind, but the when you have disagreements, right away they're quick to judge you or condemn you, or twist your words or accuse you of things that you know you're not. Because none of us are perfect. We're all going to make mistakes, even if we have good intentions to encourage and help someone. But being careful who we choose to give our time to is so important, because the Bible says that bad company corrupts good moral. If you hang out with someone that loves to do drugs, even though you don't do drugs and you're against it, if you keep hanging out with that person that loves to do drugs, believe it or not, eventually it's going to rub off you, because you're spending too much time with this person. So that's why it's very important to be careful who you hang out with. My mom and dad always used to say, whoever it is that you choose to give your time to, make sure it's someone that's going to lift you up, someone that you're going to learn from, not put you down, or make you go backwards, or not wanting to do or achieve anything in their life. And a lot of times we have given ourselves, we chose to give our time to certain people. In the beginning they seemed very nice, but then as time went on, we realized, why in the world did I choose to give this person so much of my time, when in the end they became very ungrateful, judgmental, accusing you of being whatever it is they choose to call you, whether they accuse you of being agnostic. The people always love to to try to stereotype you or label you or diagnose you instead of looking at themselves. And it's the people that we allow to get close to us that affect us, that can hurt us. That's why it's so important that we're careful who we give our time to. We should really get to know a person before we choose to give our personal time to that person. Because believe it or not, giving your personal time to the wrong person, a negative person that all they want to do is either do drugs or drink alcohol and go to bars and just waste time, can really affect your personal life in a real way, in a real negative way. You should, like my mom and dad used to say, make sure if you're going to be with someone, give your personal time to someone. It should be someone that you're going to learn from, someone you're going to grow, someone who's going to grow with, someone who's going to appreciate you, who's going to validate you. And even if you make a mistake, not someone that's going to condemn you for the mistake, someone who's forgiving and caring, because that's how you know who your friends are. I got a friend for many years. His name is Robert. I'm not going to say his last name for confidentiality. We've had our ups and downs, and he lives now in Illinois. He's happily married. He has a couple of kids, you know, but we remain friends for a long time, for over 30 years. I would say about over 35 years now, because we were willing to admit our faults, and we're willing to listen to the other person's concern, and we're caring towards each other, and we forgave each other, and we try to lift each other up, and we're not ungrateful to the friendship. Yes, I made mistakes with Robert. Yes, we all I've said the wrong thing. He also has said the wrong thing, has done the wrong thing. But if I truly cared about him, and I really believe when he came to me and he was really sorry, if I really knew that he was a real friend, I had to forgive him. Because you have to forgive people when they're really sorry. Because we ourselves make mistakes. Nobody's perfect. But if you keep forgiving somebody and they keep doing it, then I really suggest you cut your ties with that person, because they're not really sorry. Or they struggle with being that way. You can't be with a person that is ungrateful or is always putting you down, you know. But if someone says to you, I still care about you, and you ignore that, it's because you're the one that's being ungrateful. Because as long as the person is trying to reach out to you and validate you and admit their mistakes, because that's the problem I have with some people. Some people do not like admitting when they're wrong. Yeah, they're quick to point the finger and stereotype or call people names. Oh, that person's this way and that person's that way. Stay away from them. But they don't want to look at themselves. I've learned that I have to look at myself first. You can't try to correct someone if you yourself have issues. How could I tell someone you shouldn't be, smoking is not good for you, when a minute later I'm going to light up a cigarette? That's being a hypocrite. If we're going to tell people things, we got to make sure that we ourselves are living it. Otherwise, we're just a big hypocrite. So to make a long story short, we really need to be very careful who we give our time to, because I've seen beautiful young ladies give their time to the wrong guy who was abusive, selfish, ungrateful, and I seen that beautiful girl years later, and she aged, she looked worn out, beat up, because she gave her time to the wrong person, to the wrong guy. That's why it's so important that when we meet someone, we really get to know that person, not be quick to have sex with a person. No, we shouldn't do that. If anything, we should wait till we get married. But really waiting to really get to know this person. Because remember, if you decide to have kids or marry this person, it's the poor children that be affected the most by this whole thing. They're the ones. Anyway, I hope that today's podcast has been helpful to you. And until next time, may the Lord richly bless you and help you in areas that you need help in. Until next time, bye bye.